How's it going, everyone? It is Reversal Trader King, where I catch you guys precise bottoms and tops in the stock market. Um, yeah, we had our big move down for FFIE. Everyone is trying to hear what my analogy is. I'm going to give you guys my most current update after this big drop because I want you guys to see where we're headed and what's going to happen, right? So stocks can't just keep going up, right? When it has a pullback, it can be a healthy correction pullback, and that's what we want to see. And like I say, guys, we were hitting ATRs, which is average true range, of extreme levels. And I was doing some research. Even the most squeezed out patterns cannot do it. I'm going to show you guys. I use Keltner channels, which is this upper band red and lower band green, and it's going to separate when a stock moves so far up. And if you change this multiplier on your Keltner to 8, you're going to see religiously these stocks can't sustain these level, guys. I don't care how big the squeeze is, it's going to get shorted really fast. And that's what we're seeing here. So we get our first squeeze right here. This was the beginning run. You're going to get a healthy pullback, right? It's going to pull back just from that. And this is normal. I've seen this with the GME squeeze and AMC way back 3 years ago. And then we get this next big move up. You're kind of magneted towards this thing. But what I was seeing is the most important thing with this trend reversal strategy and how I win over 95% of my trades, and you can join my Discord and see my real-time alerts, my real entries, my education, and I'm constantly improving it, right? And I have a lot of members, over 3,000, that joined in a couple months because it's exploding. A lot of people can easily do this and see with their own two eyes of what price action does. There's this thing called reversion to the mean. We have to go back to that. And what I'm saying is this EMA 5 is exactly what we're going to do. So if a stock doesn't hit the EMA 5 in like a week time frame, it's super long. Usually you see stocks hit it 2 to 3 days. So on the ATR of 8, we get a pullback on this candle too. I'm not expecting a massive pullback. I'm just saying you can't sustain that level. So we pull back and we go from 98, we lose about 20%. And then this was the big day here. We go all the way up. We went from $2.35. You're going to pull back to $1.67. But you don't know if these pullbacks are going to get bought up. Obviously, it's the most hyped stock. It's the most, hyped stock in the world. So it's, it makes sense for these to go, pull back and get bought. But what you see right here is the EMA 5 is this purple band. I have 3 EMAs, and all these EMAs have to get hit. That is such powerful knowledge. I promise you, these EMAs are going to get hit because, price has to correct to it. And that's what I say the reversion to the mean. Stocks go up and they go down. When they go up real high, obviously the drops are going to be a lot bigger because once you're far away from these EMAs, price corrects to it. So we hit this EMA here. This is where you guys take entry. Right here on these EMAs. You see how it gets so close here? Hits the EMA, it takes bounce. That's where you get in. So right in here is your entry at 75 cents if you want to play the momentum trade, and goes all the way up to $2 and then all the way up to $3.90. But look right here again, price can't sustain it. It hits these ATR bands and it plummets. This time a lot of people were like, no, you're full of crap. It's not going to plummet. But we know it has to hit the EMA 5. We know it has to correct to it. Look at the distance, 380 all the way to 86 cents. And look what the algos did to a T. It almost hit it, almost perfectly, right? And that's just powerful knowledge of what can happen, right? Just because a stock keeps going up doesn't mean it can't go down. And I do think there is charting to this. I know people a lot will say, no, there's no absolute, this is all nonsense. But if you look at it, it does do exactly what the painting wants to do. We're hitting our EMA 5s to a T. Right here to a T on this candle, it hits it perfectly, literally perfectly, and then it shoots up again. And then we go all the way up to our ATR right here perfectly and shoots down. Then we try again. And this is what you want to see. You want to see a stock go up, down, make higher highs and higher lows. And when it tries to hit that ATR, we know it can't penetrate this red band at an 8 ATR, which is your average true range. If you guys don't know what average true range is, that's where, the higher the ATR, the more likely it's going to pull back. Same thing with buy side. The lower the ATR, the more likely a stock's going to go up. And so when I alerted this, I will show you guys. I had this stock at 4 cents. I made a video. You can look way back. I look at stocks when they're depressing. I look at stocks when nobody wants them. FFIE had tons of down days. And since we know the theory that we want to buy below the EMA 5, because we know it's going to get to the EMA 5, and we know it's going to get to the 10 and 20. So I use time distance. The more time it hasn't hit an EMA 10 or 20, the more times it explodes up to it. So price hasn't hit this EMA 10 in so long, and so I knew right on this candle with a nice move below the EMA 5 with a nice lower wick, this was a good setup for a bounce, as this was perfect setup. And because I know there's so much low risk and another high reward that we're gonna hit this conservatively right in here for a nice 20-30% gain, and then this area conservatively at the EMA 20. Yellow band's EMA 10, blue's EMA 20. So if you know that, that is such powerful knowledge. But you got to say on the inverse side of things, it's going to hit your EMA 5 first, then your 10, then your 20. So don't get caught up in the hype and saying this thing's just going to go up forever. It has to respect the reversion to the mean. Is this a healthy correction? I think absolutely, guys. And I think we pump from here. I do think right here we are going to have a bounce on the EMA 5 just like we did on this candle. I am trying to help the bulls. This is a very nice, logical opinion other than hold for gold, diamond hands, ape-hand it, and then whatever happens. But the problem is if we don't hold this EMA 5, you do have to take into concern we're going down to the EMA 10. So a lot of people, how I like to play these things, I'll buy it right here at the EMA 5 since it religiously does it and then bounces and makes a nice uptrend. What you do is you just have a stop loss about right in here, give yourself some wiggle room, and if it doesn't, then it's going to the EMA 10 and then the 20, and then you're out of the play. But you can make another massive move up to the next upper band here if you really play it right. So a lot of people be like, yeah, there's no system to all this. But if you look at it, guys, I secretly went with GameStop puts. Why? Because I seen the last rally. I thought FFIE might have been a little different. Of course, I was gonna short it. I look for puts because I don't like to have a margin call, right? So right in here was the put play because it can't sustain it, and I know for sure we're gonna get a bounce down, a correction, and if anybody that does options plays, a couple dollars down is a nice move. Well, we got $64 all the way down to $21. This just tells you price has to hit the EMA 5. It has to, and it's the first thing that's going to do it. We haven't hit it in 2 days. Boosh! Hit it right off the bat. Price tends to reverse at the EMA 5. So we get this long lower wick, but it didn't want to keep going up. So boom, we hit the EMA 10. Boom, hit the EMA 20. EMA 20 is one of your last stand defenses. This is where if it don't hold, it's a downtrend. So a lot of people will hit, I don't know how people use EMAs, but this is how I do it, and it's been working religiously. You buy it at the EMA 20, you have a stop loss of a little bit of wiggle room, and then bam, you try to ride GME up. EMA 20 is your last line of defense. If it doesn't hold that EMA 20, boosh, we're downtrend. And I can show you religiously after religiously. Stocks always hit these bands, so it hits it, it tries to make an uptrend, and then goes back down under the bands. Hits it, tries to make an uptrend, back under the bands. It has religiously done it, and all stocks do it. FFIE is no different. We can look at CRKN, all these hype stocks, right? Well, guess what happens, guys? If you had this knowledge, it's powerful. Bam, you could short it right here if you want to try shorting stocks and have a stop loss, with some wiggle room, probably way up here, short it here. Here's your risk versus reward, and then it goes from 52 cents all the way to 24. It tries to hit the next upper band, but it can't do it, so this was not as powerful as a squeeze. So when you're seeing these meme stock hypes, that's what happens. I think FFIE bounces right here at the EMA 5. There's a lot of attention. There's a lot of people that wanting to pump it. It's up 7% almost as today, as we're trying to catch some wiggle room as I'm talking about it. But do not get caught. What this is about is do not get caught into people thinking there's no charting in this. I promise you, at any stock, at any squeeze, at anything, I'm even going to show you guys the biggest squeeze back in 2021, because you guys need to see the AMC. This is no different. And look, AMC can't sustain. Guess what it does? It goes down. Let's go back to the biggest, because this is about meme stock hype, and a lot of people are like, well, this is a bunch of baloney, because these stocks can go all the way to the moon and forever. They won't correct. Stocks go up and down. Look what AMC did. We went from, since we had the reverse split, it is a little different, but this was the big rally. We went from $60 to $400. Right in here, it can't sustain it. What does it do? We have time distance not hitting the EMA 5. We go straight down to this EMA 5. Look at the haircut if you bought at 400 and now you're at 200. And guess what? We know it has to hit the EMA 10. Bam, we hit the EMA 10 right here. We know it has to hit the EMA 20, but it could take some time, so we hit the EMA 20 here. But the fact is when you approach the upper bands on the ATRs of this system, and I'm willing to show it to you, set up your indicators, give you the education, give you the KDJ, which is an indicator down here, and I talk about time distance a lot in my system. Time distance is how long has a stock not hit your EMA 5 or your EMA 10 or EMA 20. So there's a lot to learn, right? But if you really want to further your strategy and not just go based on what gut feelings and what pumpers are telling you, everything has to respect the reversion to the mean. That's the one thing I want you guys to take away. Do I think FFIE pumps from here? Absolutely. Where would I put my stop? Where I told you guys to do, give it a little bit of wiggle room at the EMA 5, put a stop here. If it goes up, bam, awesome. That's risk versus reward. If you buy it down at this area, you had the best risk versus reward compared to buying up in here, buying up in here, buying up in here. Lord willing, no one did that. But yes, I'm sure someone bought it at above $3. I'm sure someone bought it at $2. I'm sure someone did. But just learn from your mistakes. Do not get caught up in the hype of people saying this is going to $10. And then everyone's like, holy crap, I got to get in right now. It's I mean, it got me excited. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to get some of this. But I'm gonna do my system. Has to hit the EMA 5. Right here is where the nice bounce is I can get in. And now I'm waiting for the next bounce right here to get in. Almost touched it, but we'll see. I think it's close, almost close enough there though. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to learn more about this system, there's a lot of ways to use the ATR levels. My most common is the 4, and how I was able to catch FFIE at 4 cents when nobody wanted it. Instead of chasing it going up 30% in minutes, you could have got it when it was very depressing. And of course, no one got the top, so don't let anyone fool you. Don't feel bad if you didn't make as much gains as everyone else. That's just part of trading. If you guys want to join the premium Discord, it is only 20 cents a day or $6 a month. I know this strategy works. I don't have to make a lot of money on a lot of members, as I have had thousands of members join in a short period of time because they like to learn this strategy, and you can use it on any stock. People did it, for example, someone just told me they went and got Starbucks, and what a great little stock for a nice call option play. They got it right in here, waited for some time distance. Bam, has to hit the EMA 5, you hit it right there. Has to hit the EMA 10, hit it right there. Has to hit the EMA 20, hit there. And if you guys know options, a $71 to a $78 move, you're freaking making tons of money. All right. So, and for this price of this education, and for knowing how to use this called the band strategy, I think $6 a month will make you very wealthy, guys, and you're not going to have to worry about the fees. Because the main objective is to make you guys money, and I will make money, and I want to make sure you guys have your pockets filled with lots of money and feel confidence in trading. You don't want to be that type of trader to buy FFIE because someone else said it. You want to be the type of trader to look at a chart and say, I'm buying FFIE because of this reason. It's hitting the EMA 5. We know it has to hit it, so we had this massive pullback. I'm going to have my risk versus reward very tight. I have a stop loss just under that EMA 5, just in case it wants to hit EMA 10 or 20. I call it a day, and I was in the meme stock rally. That's how you're supposed to play these squeezes. GME and AMC, able to get some nice puts on that because we know it has to correct. Did I think it was going to correct all the way to EMA 20 in like 3 days? No, I did not. No one can tell you that. But I knew it was going to correct because it hit that ATR of 8 just like FFIE was doing it. And it has to correct on each period that it does that. So it's just a nice way to make money on that. But yeah, that's the key thing. If you guys want to join, I'm going to put the link down below into YouTube comments. I'll pin it and it'll say join the premium Discord for my alerts. And when you click that link into the YouTube comments and in my YouTube description, it'll take you to this free chat landing page. What you want to do, as you can see, lots of members joining in like constantly, right? Because people love this system. There's a lot to vouch for, right? What you want to do is head on over to the subscriptions and you'll have all these channels that you will not see unless you subscribe and unlock it. Like I said, I'm a fair, honest guy. Only 20 cents a day or $6 a month. And if you do it on your computer, you'll avoid the iOS fee. And you won't be charged an extra. If you do it on your phone, it charges like $1 or $2 more because of the Apple iOS fee. So do keep that in mind. This is a very nice strategy, and what you're going to get is my RTK swing trades. I try to be very transparent with you guys. I tell you guys exactly what I'm adding, exactly what I'm entering. You get how to properly accumulate reversals because these are trend reversals. You don't just go all in. You got to know how to properly accumulate, how to get my indicators on your chart in this video. The main thing that I really liked to add, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to love it, look at this, what I added. RTK Journal. I have an over 95% win ratio, and I'm here to prove it. Within the past 7 days, I've been starting to do this. We won 3 trades, right? 3 trades, hold time 1 to 2 days. These are swing trades, and you get my exact return ratio. And since the market is in real time, you're going to want to know what my averages are, what I do, and I put my notes in and why I like the trade. So that's something I did add recently, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to love it because I'm very transparent. I know the strategy works, so there's nothing to hide in it. So I appreciate you guys coming out. If you guys want to join, you're going to really love this premium Discord. Also, if you guys want to give this video a like, subscribe, or comment, it helps a lot if you do. It helps me want to make more videos and show you guys the best trend reversal secrets. I am all about trend reversals, getting in early before FFIE tanks, if I was going to short, or buying before it goes up. Because once the move happens, the risk becomes more and more. Once FFIE gets to $3, the chance of it plummeting is a whole lot higher than when it was at 4 cents. We can all agree on that because nobody wanted it when I alerted it, but when, people are willing to buy it at $3, but not at 4 cents. So it's just the psychology of things, right? So if you guys did like the video, give it a like. It helps me make more videos, and I hope to see you in the premium Discord. Thank you so much for watching, and peace out. Let's make some money together.